Hello, 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 hello. Happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day. This is for you. Happy Father's Day to you. Happy Father's Day to you. Happy Father's Day to every man when you fight for their responsibility. Happy Father's Day to you. Happy Father's Day to you. Happy Father's Day to every man when you do everything for the family. Who say man no day? If man no day, how we go exist? Happy Father's Day to you. Happy Father's Day to you. Happy Father's Day to every man when you fight for their responsibility. Happy Father's Day to you. Happy Father's Day to you. Happy Father's Day to every man when you do everything for the family. Who say hello, hello, hello. Happy Sunday and a happy Father's Day to each and every one of you. Thank you for joining me this afternoon. Please do let me know where you're watching us from this beautiful Sunday evening. It will be great to know where you're watching us from. Wherever you are, I would want to give you a shout out. So I just want to say a big shout out to all the fathers. A shout out to all my fathers, to all my uncles, Uncle T, Uncle Augustine, to all my uncles. I want to say Happy Father's Day to you. Happy Father's Day to Daddy Moses. Happy Father's Day to all my daddies and the Lord. Happy Father's Day to my pastors, Pastor Pete, Pastor Leke, Daddy Gio. Happy Father's Day to every single father, spiritual or biological. I just want to say Happy Father's Day to each and every one of you guys. It's a pleasure. We are here because of all your input, because of your contributions, because of all that you've done. And because of you, we are here. Because of you, we are here. Because of without you, we won't be here. That's the truth about it. Without you, we would not be here. We are here because of you. Whether it was by mistake, by an accident, whether it was deliberate and planned, regardless of how it was, we are here because of you. And so I just want to appreciate all the fathers out there. Now, even to the children, that were born, quote unquote, out of wedlock, thank God that happened because I believe it was meant to be. So we say Happy Father's Day to you as well. And some people, myself included, will probably not be born if all our fathers were, faithful. But again, I know like the plan of God includes every single one of us. So do not feel out of place to call your father and say Happy Father's Day. And it was meant to be. So I just want to say Happy Father's Day to every single one of you guys. So today, we've got a few things that we're gonna, got a few things that we're gonna be talking about this afternoon, and my guest, was meant to join us this afternoon is Roland Fomundam, but unfortunately, he says he's not gonna be able to, join us this afternoon. I'm literally like getting the news now. So, but there is nothing we can do. We've just got to improvise. These things do happen. You don't plan for them to happen. You don't pray for them to happen. So, whenever they do happen, you just have to make do with what you've got. They say when life gives you lemons, you should be able to make lemonades out of those lemons. So, what lemonades can we make today? Now, this is now absolutely up to you guys. I want to talk about what is interesting to you. I want to talk about what you want me to talk about this afternoon. And one of the things that we've been talking about in our groups or in my groups has been cryptocurrencies. There's a lot of fear in the market right now. There's a lot of panic selling of cryptos. There's a lot of people losing all their monies, life savings, and every single thing, because they invested in crypto. And so one of the things that everyone is looking for answers to is cryptocurrencies. So this afternoon, I believe maybe for the next 15 to 20 minutes, I want to talk to you guys about this, about what is actually happening within the crypto space. And just to tell you, if you've been in this space, for some time now, you would have seen this at least 5, 6 times. I have seen this at least 5, 6 times. It depends on when you joined cryptocurrencies or blockchain. Okay, so things like this do happen, and oftentimes when we see things like this happening, most of the newer comers, they get carried away and they start selling. And when they're selling, they're losing money, of course, because imagine, I know people who bought Bitcoin at 60,000. Yeah. I know people who bought Bitcoin at 60,000, Ethereum at 3,700 and something. Bitcoin, as I speak to you right now, is on 19,785. Ethereum is on 1,065. So they've lost a great deal of money, not a small amount of money. They've lost a lot of money. And often, like anyone else, like anyone else, they'll be seeking answers. They're in panic mode, trying to find out what to do, how to remedy it, how to make back their money, and so on and so forth. So what I can say is this. Again, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I don't have the certification for that. There's no government that has given me the authority to act as a financial advisor. So I'm not one. However, education and entertainment is what I do. I like talking about entrepreneurship. I like, educating people based on what I know and based on what I have read. But I don't have the certification that says I am a qualified financial advisor. So if it's financial advice that you're looking for, this is not the place for you. I'm just being honest with you, man. Like, this is not the place for you. I'm not your guy. Go somewhere else and find a financial advisor who's got the certification and the qualification and recognized by the government to do such a thing. There are people who do this job. I don't do that. Okay, I don't. So what I was gonna say is this: like, if you've studied the markets for some time now, you will see that every market is cyclical, and this cycle is determined by economic factors, such as what is going on in the general economy, around consumer price index, around inflations, around monetary policy, even around geopolitics, you see. And if you've been following, global economy since the dawn of the pandemic, like, some people may call me a conspiracy theorist, but I'm not that. However, I knew, like, when those things were happening, I have a friend, I had a guy in the city who told me, Jared, hey, listen, forget all what is happening, man. There is a reset which is about to take place, and it's going to shake the global economy in a way that the world has never seen it before. And the end result, or the outcome of that, is that there's going to be massive regulations. There's going to be governments, taking a lot of power for themselves, eroding the powers and the freedoms of people. So he said this to me before literally around the time when COVID-19 was coming up. And so when he said that to me, like, I began to see it unfold. Even up to now, I still keep seeing the plan that they're doing. Why am I relating this and going back that far? So that you will understand that what is actually happening it shouldn't be surprising to you. It should not be a surprise to you. It should not be a surprise to anyone, for that matter, because these things are usually planned, to be honest with you, years in advance. Yep, years in advance, and it takes careful planning and meticulous, planning to be able to bring it, to levels and proportions and scales like this. Now, of course, the politicians will come and tell us, oh no, these things are just happening by chance. That's a lie. Come on. So you see that, with the COVID pandemic came the massive lockdowns. And when you're locking people up together, you're saying, don't move. don't do this, don't do that. What happens? A lot of things are going to happen. There's going to be increase, baby booms. And when people are not working, the money is not flowing. What is going to happen to the economy? It begins to shrink. And now the governments were trying to appease people, just giving free checks, giving money left, right, and center, and doing all manners of corrupt contracts, giving all manners of corrupt contracts to themselves so that they will get all of that money into their pockets. And then when the economy begins to shrink, they will start buying up everything, enriching themselves. But of course, who pays? The taxpayer. Who gets conned and left, hanging? It is the ordinary folk, because they don't understand the mechanics of how these things operate, in the political strata, you see. So obviously with COVID and the lockdowns and all of those things, I knew like we were going to have hard times ahead. In 2021, like beginning of last year, I said the days ahead are going to be so much more difficult than they were when there was lockdown. People thought like now that they're opening up, the economies are going to be doing well and things like that. I was like, no, the economies are actually going to begin to feel the heat right now, because right now we're going to be seeing massive economic contractions. We're going to be seeing massive sell-offs in the markets. And if you look at the market, no sector of the economy is doing well. The S&P is down, the Dow is down, tech stocks are down, household, everything is down. The only sector which seemingly looks to be doing good is the energy sectors. You see the prices going up because of inflation. To make matters worse, you have the war now with Ukraine, which is just messed up everything again. Again, this is a geopolitical event. So why am I saying all of this? It's because I want you to know the blockchain technology as a whole, it cannot go away. Cryptocurrencies, on the other hand, they're going to now begin to feel the pinch of regulation. The International Bank for Settlements, it's called BIS, the Bank for International Settlement, called BIS, is pushing very, very heavily and aggressively towards the centralization of the blockchain. They're pushing very aggressively. Now, what is the BIS? The BIS, or the Bank for International Settlement, is quote unquote the bank for central banks. So all other central banks, they bank with the BIS. The Fed, the Bank of England, the Bank of Japan, the Bank of Canada, the Central Bank of France, and so on and so forth. All these central banks, they bank with, the BIS, which is called the Bank for International Settlement. So it allows the settlements of fiat currency from one nation to the other. So all of this go through it, you see, and it's done central bank to central bank. And then from the central bank, it goes down to the commercial or the retail banks, or the corporate and private banks, you see. So because of these, massive push for regulation, we are seeing a lot of institutions, who invested when the coins were nothing. They are taking out their profits because they want to, position themselves again for the next bull run, you see. And normally when people see these massive institutions exiting, they're taking out billions and billions of dollars out, the fear factor, comes in, and many other people jump in and then they start selling. So that is just one aspect of it. And then you also have inflation. Inflation is not helping things. The prices of things are rising. The cost of living is increasing. The banks are, trying to increase interest rates to be able to fight inflation, but it's still not working, you see. And so all of this is causing people to be in a state of fear. There is kind of like a panic mood in the market. And when there's a panic, what happens? The market always dip, you see. There is no investor confidence right now is low. When investor confidence is high, we see, good economy, steady economic growth. When investor confidence is low, people no longer invest. And so we see massive falls in, all the various different classes of investments. So right now, investment sentiment or investor sentiments are very low. You see, people don't want to invest. They just want maybe to hold the money in their hands and just hold it cash, you see. So because of that as well, we're seeing massive pressure on the crypto market. And we're seeing, and then also the push for regulations is causing people to be afraid and fearful. Will this thing work? Will it not work? And so on and so forth. So thereby causing, again, massive, sell pressures. And then, of course, you guys know what happened with Luna. Luna was meant, UST was meant to be a stable coin, you see. But we saw that in the space of a twinkle of an eye, 12 point something billion dollars disappeared supposedly from a stable coin. This is a mystery that baffled the whole market. And people are wondering, is like, okay, if stable coins are going to be dropping like this because of algorithmic failures or miscalculations, what is safe? Because stable coins were meant to be stable, so that you know that if you put your money in a stable coin, regardless of what is happening in crypto, you are going to have still the same value of whatever the amount of money you hold in the stable coin. But with Luna falling or collapsing, it sent massive shockwaves, across the market. You see, so that also has caused a lot of fear in the market. It's brought in a lot of skepticism in the market. It's made a lot of people to, be very bearish or hawkish, you see, as far as the market goes. As a result of that, we see the cryptos tanking and tanking. But I just want to tell you this. This is not the first time that we are seeing this. We have seen this countless number of times. We have seen this over and over and over again. You see, so all I can say is do not be afraid. Do not be afraid. These two shall pass, like everything else in life. These two shall pass. All the massive falls, the massive sales, and every single thing, these two shall pass. Okay? These two shall pass. So do not be afraid. Hang in there as much as you can. All right? So we're going to take like a minute break, and then when welcome back, welcome back. This is for all the fathers. Happy Father's Day to you. Happy Father's Day to you. Happy Father's Day to every man when you fight for their responsibility. Happy Father's Day to you. Happy Father's Day to you. Happy Father's Day to every man when you do everything for the family. Who say man no day? All right, guys, happy Father's Day again to all the fathers out there. My name is Gerald Chiato, the entrepreneur. My objective, my goal is sharing knowledge that can help young and aspiring entrepreneurs from all walks of life. And it doesn't matter your location, it doesn't matter what it is that you do. And the best way I do this is by bringing other entrepreneurs onto this platform to speak to you guys, to share their stories, tell you how they have made it, because on the journey of entrepreneurship, there are lots of ups and downs. I was speaking to a friend of mine today, who was a bit down, and she was wondering, like, how she can get over this and get over that. And I was telling her this, it's like, we are all, regardless of who you are, a point comes in your life when you are going to have some doubts about what it is you're doing. You have this little voice in your head, telling you cannot do this, things are not working. Literally, this tiny little voice trying to push you into depression, trying to tell you that you're going to you're going to fail, asking you all these things. Oh, how are you sure this is going to work out? How will you, how you sure you're going to make it? And all of these things, So, and I was telling, my friend, like, hey, listen, when things like this come, how I do it, I know that the best cure for insecurity is massive, unrelenting action, period. Massive, unrelenting action. You get up, you go do it, you keep doing it until you get the result that you want. If it doesn't work, you change. If it doesn't work, you adapt. If it doesn't work, you twist, you turn, whatever you have to do, you keep doing it until you figure it out. Simple as that. There's no other way to succeed in life. There's no straight path to success, and there are no shortcuts to success. I can tell you that. There are no shortcuts to success. Okay. So, whatever it is that you're going through as a young entrepreneur, I just want to encourage you this afternoon and tell you this. If you give up, you will never see the potential of that which you're doing. But if you hang on day in, day out, and you keep doing what you're doing day in, day out, when you fall, you get up. People say nonsense about you, you dust it off yourself, and you keep moving. Then, with such tenacity, determination, effort, hard work, then you will be able to get to where you're going. And when you get there, trust me, they will be in their heart. First of all, they'll be like, how did he get themselves there? Or how did she get there? You see, they will begin to wonder. Then they will begin to admire you. Then they will begin to want to be like you. Then they will begin to ask you questions. The same people who said you can't will now be saying, oh, I knew that person. Oh, I know that person. Oh, we went to the same school together. Oh, we ate in the same bowl together. So just keep doing what you're doing. Just keep doing what you're doing. The same challenges you're facing, everyone faces them. Yes, everyone faces them. The insecurities you feel, everyone feels them. You see, what is courage? Courage is not the absence of fear or insecurities. No, courage is despite the insecurity, despite the fear, you keep acting, you keep believing, you keep going forward. That is what courage is about. And that is what faith is all about. That despite all the adversity against you, you keep marching forward, you keep moving forward. This is what is required for you to succeed. Think about that. So when all those little questions or doubts try to pop into your mind, just remind yourself of who you are. Okay? You are the crowning jewel in all of God's creation. In you is the Spirit of the living God, which means in you is God, which means you are God doing, you are God becoming, you are God expressing and manifesting. This is who you are. And anybody try to tell you or make you feel insignificant about it is lying. This is why you need to believe that you can succeed. If there's one person on earth who is going to succeed in my time, it's me, period. It's me. I'm not in competition with anybody. So are you. You're not in competition with anybody. The society tries to make you think that you're in competition with people. Oh, look at this person is doing well. Oh, look at that. You're not in competition with anybody. Your timeline is unique to you. Your journey is unique to you. Why? Because you are God expressing, you're God manifesting, you're God becoming, you're God doing. So it's impossible for you to walk in another person's shoes. It's impossible for you to have another person's journey. God is unique, so are you. Okay, so I just want to encourage you, young entrepreneurs, wherever you find yourself, okay? Whether you're watching this video now or later, you are unique. You are unique. And there is nothing that can defeat you. Nothing. Nothing can defeat you. You're the best that God ever made. This is how awesome you are. After God made you, he said, my work is finished. God rested after he made you. Since then, God has not worked again because he made the best in you. You see, think of this. Before he made you, he made the earth, he made the seas, the oceans, the animals, the planets, the stars, the galaxies, the cosmos. He made all of these things. He made angels, seraphim, cherubims, all of these ranks of angels, thrones and dominions, powers, all of this he made before he made you. And after he's made all of this, he saw that creation was not perfect yet. It was not complete. Then he said to all that he made, now let us make man in our own image and in our own likeness, that he may become the governor of all of you and all the things that we have made. That is how awesome you are. So when you're feeling down, just remember who you are. This is who you are. You are God's crowning jewel in all of creation. You're the best thing that God ever made. And God himself attested to that. He died to say that you are the best. So when you feel doubt, when you feel insecurity, when you feel unsure, think of who you are. You are the best thing that God ever made. And literally, the world revolves around you. The universe revolves around you because you're God becoming, you're God manifesting, you're God doing, you're God creating, you're God expanding, you're God enlarging, manifesting. All of these things, it was made for you. And don't let anybody ever put you down. Don't let anybody talk you down. You are the best thing that God ever made. So if you're an entrepreneur, I'm saying this to encourage you. If you're an entrepreneur, believe in the journey that God has given you. Believe in the vision that God showed you before the first day you picked up your pen and maybe you wrote down your business plan. Believe that this was given to you to fulfill it. Believe that this was given to you to accomplish it, because the lives and the destinies of many others are tied to you fulfilling and accomplishing that mission, which is the plan, or which is the vision that God has given you, or the business that he has given you. Think of the many lives that will benefit because of your business success. Think of how great the economy will become because of your business success. Let that be your driving force. That is your net contribution to all of creation, and your give back to humanity, and to your give back to God's other children. So never give up. Never give up. Difficult, yes, do it difficult. Easy, yes, do it easy. However it comes, do it. Do it. This is who you are. Okay, this is who you are. I just want to encourage you again. If you're a father, again, I want to say happy Father's Day to you. So my guest today, he wasn't able to make it, so we're gonna have to reschedule. Because he said he had an emergency. I would have definitely loved him to be here for us to interact. I wish he had given me maybe an earlier notice, but hey, this is life, this is business, this is entrepreneurship. Sometimes we expect things to go a different way, and they say no, well, things go a different way, and you have to deal with it with a smile on your face, and you keep going. Sometimes you organize things and people tell you they will be there, they're not going to come. It's okay, you keep doing it. One day you would wake up, and then you will look back and you will see the massive throngs of people that are supporting you. Imagine if you had given up when there was just one person who showed up and you got discouraged, or maybe nobody even showed up. Only you were there. You looked around, there was nobody but yourself. Imagine if you had given up. So never give up. The beginning is never easy. It's never easy because nobody knows you yet. Nobody has seen your track record. Nobody believes in you yet. But don't worry. Keep doing it. A time is going to come when they will be begging to be, around you. A time is going to come when they'll be begging and paying to ask you to talk to them. So keep doing what you're doing. Never be discouraged. One person comes, be grateful. Two people come, be appreciative. Nobody comes at all. Keep speaking with the same level of energy, doing it enthusiastically as if there were 1,000 people. This, at the end of the day, God also looks at this, your commitment to what he has given you. Everyone wants to be successful and stand before millions of people and talk. Everyone wants to be successful and, maybe do a live show and millions of people tune in. It's easy to do it when it is like that. The true test is when there is just one person or when there is nobody at all. And this is why one of my best Bible passages says, go to your locker, pray in secret. Your Father who sees you in your secret, he will reward you in the open. So as an entrepreneur, the things you do in the secret, the things you do when no one is watching, the things you do, the work you put in when no one is watching will be what will bring, your success to the open when everyone will be able to celebrate you. So whatever it is that you're doing in secret, do it with integrity, do it diligently, do it faithfully, be committed to it. Don't do it half-heartedly because no one is watching. There is someone watching. You are watching. God is watching. So you are watching. So you know when you're doing a good job. You know when you're not doing a good job. You know when you're just pretending, and you also know when you're being very serious and committed. So be committed to what you're doing. Today, I wanted to ask my guest incredible things, but he is not here. The one thing that I want you to, take home today is this: never ever give up. I'm sure you've heard that many times, but let me tell you why I say never give up. Every successful person will tell you a history, will tell you their journey. They will tell you many times they thought about giving up. Elon Musk had money to build just one more rocket before he went bankrupt. And as God will always have it, when you are at your wits' end, when you are, when everything has failed, that is when God always shows up, because God will test you to the limits to see if you're true and faithful to the vision that He has given you. So if you give up, how will you prove that the vision was yours in the first place and you didn't just steal it from somebody? If the vision is yours, trust me, day, night, rain, sunshine, hailstones, or snow, you will defend that vision. You will fight for it. You will keep it alive. You will never give up. This is what I'm saying. So never ever give up. If it's not easy, then do it the hard way. If it's easy, then thank God, but still do it. Whatever comes, you have God the grace to handle it, and you can do it, and you will succeed at it. So today, I don't want to take much of your time. Say me well to your fathers. It's a happy Father's Day. And I just want to say God bless you. I'm going to reschedule with my guest for next time, and hopefully I get them on board. Okay? Have a wonderful, wonderful time this Sunday